So welcome back. I hope you're all so well. So as you can see, I think we finally found the perfect filming spot in this house. For those of you who don't know, I have recently moved and therefore I've been playing around with my background in the last couple of videos. I didn't like the previous two backgrounds. I thought they looked like absolute crap. You guys let me know what you think, but I think this one... Is that Chloe? You're ruining my aesthetic. Like, there's a cat laying there. But yeah, so I think I like this background the best. Also, bear with me with the audio because I know it sounds very echoey. I have rugs in here, I have furniture in here, but this house is really big. It has tall ceilings and we have all wood floors. I've said this before, and so the audio is just really echoey right now, and I'm trying to like place the microphone in different locations and see if that helps. But anyways, just bear with me through that. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about 5 designer shoes that are currently out of style. These are shoes that I feel like people no longer wear, that are no longer trendy. If you want to be trendy, then maybe ditch these shoes for now. Now, with that being said, I am a firm believer, okay, and I'm not just saying this because you guys know that I always voice my opinion even though it gets me in trouble sometimes, but I am a firm believer in the fact that I think you should wear, did that just make sense? In the fact that I think, whatever. I'm a firm believer that you should wear whatever makes you happy, makes you feel confident, and makes you feel good, and whatever flatters your body type and body shape the best, okay? There are certain shoes that look really good on me that are just no longer trendy, but I still wear them because they still make me feel good and they look really good on me personally. So just wear what you love and what makes you happy. But if you want a little guidance as to what's trendy and what's not trendy, then this video is definitely for you. I hope you guys like it as always, and I'm gonna stop rambling. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad, and let's just jump right into it. Hey, also, if you're wondering why I'm talking a little different, that's because I'm trying to keep my voice low. You guys know that I like to talk very loud and I like to get very excited sometimes and almost scream. And if I do that, like now, this is how I would typically talk, I think the audio would be terrible. So I'm just trying to keep my voice down. I'm trying to speak low so your guys' eardrums will survive. It's so awkward with not having carpet in here. If anybody has any tips, leave them down below. So starting off with the first pair of shoes. Okay, you guys know I love shoes, right? I'm a big fan of shoes, any type of shoes. I just freaking love a good shoe. I have so many shoes. I think I'm actually a shoe-aholic, shoe shopaholic, whatever. I have a problem when it comes to shoes, but this particular pair I absolutely despise. I think they're so ugly. I've talked about them so many times, but they are the dad sneakers. So the chunky sneaker. The think Balenciaga. Think shoes that will make your feet look even wider than they already are. I have a wide foot, so I don't want my foot to look any wider. And I also feel like it's not, this like type of shoe is not flattering for people with short legs. If I think my mom, she's very short legs, and I'm always giving her tips like what kind of shoes to wear to kind of elongate her legs, you know. And if I would imagine her wearing this shoe, it would make her legs even shorter than they already are. So I absolutely hated this trend from the beginning. Not a fan. I think we've kind of moved on now to more of a platform sneaker situation, and I really like that. I think it elongates your legs and makes you a little taller. Even if you're already tall like me, I'm 5'8", it still looks good. I think it's a much more flattering option to go with. So I'm really happy that we are no longer doing the dad sneaker. Moving on to number 2, which are sock shoes, sock heels, sock sneakers. Again, I never liked this trend, and I hope that some of the people that bought those Balenciaga trainers that, you know, look like socks or whatever, I hope they now look back and they're like, why did I do this? I was freaking brainwashed or something, because I know how it can be sometimes. Like sometimes we fall into trends and we end up buying things that we don't even like that much, but everyone's wearing them, and so we're kind of brainwashed into thinking that we actually like this item. Happens to me all the time, but thank God it didn't happen to me with this sneaker. Again, I think it's a very unflattering. It doesn't look good in my opinion. I've never seen someone wear the shoe, and a lot of my friends actually had it, but I've never really seen that shoe on someone and thought, oh my God, I have to have it. It looks so freaking good. Yeah, so I'm definitely glad that that trend has passed. Moving on to number 3. Now this isn't, I don't really know. I feel kind of torn on this. So I'm talking about Christian Louis Vuittons, but I'm not talking about one specific style. I think Christian, like red bottoms in general, are not as popular anymore now. I used to own a couple of pairs of red bottoms, and in my opinion, they are the worst shoe ever. Do they make beautiful shoes? Absolutely, but they're so uncomfortable, especially if you have a wider foot. If you're blessed and you have a very tiny, narrow foot, good for you. But if you're like me and you have a wider foot, it's just not a thing, man. It's not a thing. They're not comfortable. You can't really walk in them unless you want to get in and out of like the restaurant, like get out of the car, go into a restaurant, and that's it. Don't even think about clubbing or standing in them all night, okay? Don't even think about it. Anyways, if you want a good alternative, I really like YSL pumps. The ones I have, they kind of look a little bit like red bottoms, but they're much more comfortable and easy to walk in. And now the trash truck is coming. Wow, do I love living downtown. That's probably gonna be really loud, so I apologize for that. But anyways, I think in general, those shoes aren't as popular at the moment. Now, a lot of them I think are classic pieces though, so don't get rid of them. Keep them in your wardrobe. They're gonna come back in style. But I just think right now, they're not all the rage, if that makes sense. Number 4, moving on to sneakers. Again, sneakers that I actually own and a couple pairs of, and that I deeply, deeply love, and I don't think we'll ever stop wearing. And that's what I meant at the beginning of the video. If something makes you feel good and confident and you love something, don't stop wearing it just because it's out of style. But I'm talking about a controversial item, which are the Golden Goose sneakers. Yes, I love them so much. They are one of my favorite pairs of shoes that I own. I love both of mine. I think they're just absolutely amazing. They're so comfortable. I think it's the biggest thing. They're so comfortable, and I personally really, really love the way they look. Now, I know a lot of people are like, why would I spend that much money on a pair of shoes that looks dirty or whatever? You know, I don't know. I guess I like to, okay? I like to spend my money on a pair of shoes that look dirty and worn in. I will say something with this shoe though. So a lot of the times when I wear designer shoes, especially where I live in Columbus, no hate towards Columbus, but the fashion here is really weird. And maybe it's because there's a lot of college students, but like everyone wears the same thing. And it's not like if you're in New York or LA or Chicago, like everyone just wears the same boring stuff, and nothing is like cool. You know, when you walk through New York or even like Germany, like I just see so many different people, and I get like inspiration just from being on the street and seeing people's outfits. Here, I'm so sorry, but I don't. I'm like, why are we all wearing shorts, sneakers, and a crop top? What? But maybe that's because, you know, college students or whatever. I don't know. Not saying everyone's like that, but just this is the vibe here. But anyways, my point is, a lot of people don't know a lot of designer brands, and I think Golden Goose is a brand that you will only know about if you're really into luxury fashion. And one thing I've noticed with these shoes, a lot of men know what they are. So if I'm wearing them and I'm not like out or anything like in the evening, but you know, if I'm like running errands or I'm grabbing coffee, and a lot of guys are like, hey, I really love your Golden Gooses. I'm like, what? How do you know what they are? So I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird, and I noticed that. But anyways, I definitely think they're a little bit out of style right now. I'm raving them up. But yeah, I definitely think they're out of style right now. I don't think they're as popular anymore as they were a couple years ago. Again, I think a couple of other sneakers such as Platform and Converse and things like that have kind of taken the spot, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm still gonna sit over here. I'm still gonna love my Golden Goose sneakers. But if you thought about getting them but you haven't gotten them yet and you really just want them because they're trendy, I don't think they're really that trendy anymore. I really think they're kind of out of style. Okay, and last but certainly not least are espadrilles. Now, remember when the Chanel espadrilles were really, really a thing, and then we had some Tory Burch ones, and a lot of like not obviously like Tory Burch is a little cheaper, but I remember having a pair of Tory Burch ones, and then Chanel ones, and I don't know, a lot of designers made them. I think there were even Gucci espadrilles. I am so glad that they are no longer around, because I think even though they're really comfortable, I used to wear mine to the barn. Yeah, I used to wear mine to the barn, but they were so comfy, like for sure super comfy. And I think unless you live like at the beach or something like that, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of over that whole look, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a terrible, ugly shoe or anything like that. I think if you live at the beach, if you live somewhere where it's warm all the time, they might still be great to walk your dog in, maybe go for a bike ride, you know, little things like that, a picnic. But like, other than that, like getting dressed and looking cute, I am so over espadrilles. I just don't like the vibe, and my mind might change, but I just don't like the vibe anymore. And so therefore, I'm actually really glad that they have kind of taken the back burner and are out of the picture for now. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I really hope you liked it. Please let me know what you think about this background. I need to know. Leave a comment. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Mwah.